progress, impacting humanity worldwide.
Thank you for joining me today and allowing me to share my journey with Reconnective Healing. I'm an artist and I've also started a rose farm from ground up in 1998. When I met Dr. Pearl, it was in knowing that I had to do this work, and ever since I've become a practitioner, my own life has transformed 180 degrees. I have experienced shifts at every level, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, financial. And this beautiful gallery which you see has also birthed after I've done my reconnection and the reconnective healing. In fact, the gallery birthed in a dream, and I got complete direction from the universe on the name, the space, the logo, and so many other things. The reason I'm sharing this is many pathways open up for many people, and this is also something that I've heard from many of the people whom I've practiced the sessions on. I have done reconnection and reconnective healing with Jalpa. It has been one of the most magical experiences for me because she came into my life at a time when I was stuck on many phases, primarily being my divorce. And after we did the modality of reconnection and reconnective healing, things just moved like that in a snap, lightning speed, so to say. Everything aligned. Things went peacefully, a lot peacefully than what they could have been. So at the end of the day, the divorce came in pretty smoothly. I got a lot of immense support from my family and my friends, and even this house that has come my way is a part of the settlement, and it was something that was a cause for concern during that time. And even in my professional sphere, things just moved so fast. I moved jobs, switched from being just an editor with one of the magazines, international magazines, to becoming the group business director for one of the premier digital agencies in India. And then now I've moved on to become the vice president of Indie Design. And things have just moved at a lightning speed and for the better. And the beautiful part of it is that it's all come with a lot of support and love from family, from friends, from co-workers, all the spheres of my life. I'm really blessed. Thank you, Jalpa.
Hi, I'm Arpita and I did the reconnective healing with Jalpa. And before I did the reconnective healing, my relationship with my father was not the best. But after I did the reconnective healing, my dad just came up with this impromptu plan to go to Leh Ladakh, and we ended up spending amazing time with each other. And I realized that I have a very different relationship with my father once I did the reconnective healing, so it's really been very miraculous. Thank you, Jalpa.
The practitioner is also in receiving mode. In fact, it's a field effect where you have the field, that's the universal source, the practitioner and the client which is lying on the bed. When anyone walks into the gallery as well, I always invite them to experience and feel the reconnective healing frequencies. So many people have been activated, and later they can always choose, and so many of them come back to experience the sessions.
I met Jalpa in 2013. I was on an assignment for a European airline company, and they wanted I was there to write some articles, and I got in touch with Jalpa about her gallery. And whilst I interviewed her about the gallery, she told me about the frequencies, and I thought, wow, that sounds interesting. I want to know more about it. And she says, well, do you have time tomorrow? Then come back. And that's exactly what I did. I came back the other day, and she gave me a healing. And that first healing was amazing. I saw colors. Yeah, it was just a beautiful experience to be in the gallery, feel the energy. So I came back the other day as well for the second in the series of 3. And I said, well, I have to go back to the Netherlands. But Jalpa said, well, we can do it long distance as well. I said, okay, cool. So on the 21st of June, the longest day, we had another session. I was in the Netherlands and Jalpa was in India. And I still remember that I asked her, I said, Jalpa, how do I know that you're done? And she says, well, you'll know. And that was exactly what happened. I saw beautiful pictures of me, fairy tale-like. And I still remember that I really felt the energy coming in and that our connection came into existence. And I also felt it, that I thought, okay, now she's done. So that in itself, feeling the energy when we were connected and when it was done was in itself a beautiful experience to me. It was a year later in 2014 that I met my twin flame, who opened up everything, every aspect of me, if you talk about senses, which was absolutely amazing. It was for me also kind of a wake-up call that I was able to experience and to, I was ready for that. And I am absolutely positive because of the sessions with Jalpa. So in December of that year, I decided to go back to Mumbai for the Reconnective healing. And the Reconnective healing in itself wasn't, mind-blowing, but after that, my whole life has changed. For the good. I absolutely say for the good. I realized in June 2015 that my relationship was over. I saw very, very clear pictures that our journey, how great it had been, had come to an end. And I decided to move on. And it was a beautiful way to get separated from love, with love, and in love. And I remembered that I made a promise to myself in 2000 years ago, that I would, if I would ever be single again, I would visit my study friend Mark, whom I met in Stellenbosch when I was an exchange student. And I sent him an email. I said, Mark, I made a promise to myself and I would love to see you again. Are you up for it? And he said, yeah, sure. So in November last year, I flew to South Africa to see him. And he said, why are you here? I said, I don't know yet, but I know I had to do this. I had to come. And we discovered that we loved one another, that we love one another, but we also loved one another already 16 years before that. And we had never, ever forgotten about one another. And I stayed a week that was amazing. And then I went and I started to travel and learn more about myself, my life, my journey in life, and about love. And that love is the path that I wanted to walk it. And in the months thereafter, Mark and I were very closely in touch, and I decided to live my dream and move to South Africa. But it has been an amazing journey, and it has been tough, it has been wonderful, it has been beautiful, it has been sad. It has been everything, but it's been so worthwhile. So I am really, really looking forward to the journey that's ahead of me. And I would absolutely want to thank Jalpa for what she's done with her frequency sessions and the Reconnective healing, but because I'm positive that it has contributed tremendously to my life.
Reconnective healing is shown to restructure your DNA and bring about a shift at a cellular level. Many new life experiences open up, and this helps us to connect to the fullness and to the wholeness of our own selves.
My body was jerking a lot throughout the session, primarily my womb area, or I would say my solar plex region. I felt it very strongly there.
At the beginning of the session, I got a very clear message: surrender and see the magic. As I went through, I saw different colors. I felt weightless. I thought I was floating, and I smiled. Towards the end, I saw a glimpse of a man with a chiseled face. It was a fleeting glance, but yes, I'd like to know who he is.